there's an interesting observation from Jeff. There's so much training compute needed that major megacap companies have to publicly raise capex estimates, knocking hundreds of billions off their market cap. But yeah, AI silicon is cyclical. Maybe. Question is, do we know what part of the cycle we're in? Look at this headline. Meta, Facebook, loses $200 billion in value as Zuckerberg focuses earnings call on all the ways company bleeds cash. Yeah, well, Tesla also spent a lot of money on AI, but it actually went up, unlike Meta. This is one complaint I have about FSD as well. Every time FSD slams on the brakes to stop at a yellow light, I scream in anger and pain. Usually it's completely fine, but just now I had an experience where a yellow light came on and a car on the right side that was slightly behind me, it just went through the yellow light and it was fine, no issue with that. But FSD decided to stop, and it stopped pretty quickly. I had a passenger in the car, and the passenger was like, what are you doing? I mean, the passenger did not freak out, but it was not comfortable. It was definitely not a selling point for FSD. FSD reacts to yellows faster than I could, but it does so way too aggressively. Definitely, I agree with that. I also had a few times when a yellow light comes on, the car just suddenly starts slowing down, but not fast, just a little bit. And then it makes a decision, okay, no, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to go through this yellow light, so then it accelerates again. So slightly faster decision making would be better in this situation. Either Tesla needs to improve the code, or better computer hardware probably would be helpful there. I drive on hardware 3. It's not a safety thing, it's just a comfort thing here. There's a crazy story from Korea. No one was actually hurt, but it was a crazy situation. See this guy? He has a knife, and that vehicle is a Tesla vehicle. I don't think the vehicle was locked yet because he just got in the car, but this guy couldn't figure out how to open the Tesla vehicle door, which I guess in this case worked out very well. Seems like the guy eventually was arrested, and we have all had, those of us who own a Tesla vehicle, we all had to explain to someone how to open the Tesla vehicle door, but it's not always a negative. AJ says, I think I figured out why Tesla's leasing share dropped to an all-time low in Q1 and why we should be very bullish about Q2 2024 deliveries. Well, he definitely got my attention now. Tesla's leasing rate reached an unprecedented low level and was likely also a result of Tesla's temporary inability to ship vehicles to customers before Q1 ended. Tesla's overproduction peak is evident. A true demand problem would have caused Tesla to throttle production. Tesla prioritized shipments to non-leasing customers since non-leasing or outright purchases are more attractive financially to Tesla. An outright sale looks much better in Tesla's profit and loss statement than a leasing sale due to significant differences in accounting. Q4 in 2023 was Tesla's all-time best sales month, and similar to Q1, experienced a very low leasing share. Yeah, definitely pretty low. The low leasing rate plus record sales suggest acceptable demand at the Q4 2023 levels. Tesla didn't have to pull the leasing lever. Only recently in Q2, Tesla launched attractive leasing offers. I believe this is a signal for a significant expansion of deliveries. For these reasons, I believe the Q2 volume will be near at least the Q2 2023 level of vehicle shipments of 466,140, representing a giant 20% quarter-on-quarter bounce back from Q1 shipments. The bar to cross 466,000 deliveries still appears low due to, number one, excess Q1 in transit inventory due to logistics, not demand, arriving early in Q2 from logistical issues, rapid Cybertruck ramp, possibly adding conservatively near 10,000 units in Q2, implying production rate of just 769 per week, which seems possible since Tesla already reached 1,000 Cybertrucks per week for at least 1 week. Ramping new Model 3 in Fremont plus recently launched Model 3 performance version should generate additional reversals from Q1. A headwind becomes a tailwind. But of course, seasonal tailwind, the global auto market always experiences a stronger Q2 versus Q1. So he believes we have sound reasons to be bullish for Q2 deliveries without falling into the uber bull camp. However, medium term, the discussion around deliveries will increasingly lose significance as investors start to increasingly recognize Tesla's AI product opportunity, of which FSD is only the first. Yeah, but I think that could take a while. It has to be in your face, too obvious to ignore. And I specifically say too obvious because sometimes analysts miss the obvious. So it has to be too obvious so that even Tesla bears cannot ignore it. I think some of the points from AJ were fairly decent, but I wouldn't be as bullish because in China, we know that Tesla actually did cut production. So I think Tesla did experience lower demand as well, but the reasons that AJ presented are also somewhat valid. So I am definitely not as bullish as AJ in Q2 in terms of deliveries. Oh, and AJ's making another big call. Absent a major disaster, I am calling it now. $140 was Tesla's low in 2024. This was April 22nd. I think Gary Black, Russ Gerber, and Gene Munster sold Tesla around that time. Kathy Wood was buying a lot. Remember this, guys and gals? And by the way, if enough people start saying that, people are actually going to go back into the stock. The people with the cash, the people that were on the sidelines about Tesla. Ron Barron is saying the same thing. And Meet Kevin actually just rebought all of his Tesla stock, and not too long he was shorting Tesla stock. By the way, I watched the entire 38-minute video from him, and he's not putting any value on FSD, basically, or robotaxi, in the sense that he's not counting on FSD being solved, and he doesn't expect robotaxis from Tesla anytime soon, basically. But one point that he made was, well, Tesla just posted really good gross automotive margins, and that was in Q1. That was before Tesla had to lay off a lot of people. And of course, we all feel bad for the people that were laid off, but Tesla's business got restructured, so it's going to be more profitable going forward. And Tesla also hasn't finished using up its capacity. There's room to expand. So as Tesla ramps and releases these other new models and utilizes its capacity, margins are going to improve even further. He basically thinks that the bottom for Tesla stock would be about $150 per share, and that's his sort of bearish take on things. But when it comes to upside, he sees a stock going to $360 maybe if everything goes really well. This is by the end of 2026. Keep in mind, he's not counting on robotaxis or anything like that.